Hey y'all, back again. Sorry that it's been so long. Just been very busy with work. I'm actually in the process of looking for maybe a new job with better hours, so I can dedicate more time to doing this and entertaining y'all like I would like to. Now, today, got something special for you. It's a John Cena double feature. The Suicide Squad. I'm sorry, and Fast and Furious 9. Now, for anyone that knows me personally, you probably know I am a huge fan of the Fast and Furious series. A lot of people say, oh, well, they're just dumb action movies. Hey, call it what you will. I'm fine with that. Everything doesn't need to have some big, deep message. Be trying to change the world. Sometimes an action movie is just an action movie. And in the newest one, there's even a scene, and I'm going to say this now for anyone that's, worried about it. Spoiler warning. There will be spoilers for both Fast 9 and The Suicide Squad. So if that is an issue for you, please stop watching now. Find something else to maybe go see some of my other videos. I mean, I got some other stuff you can go check out. Maybe go peep some of those until you get caught up. But like I said, spoiler warning. After this point, there will be spoilers for The Suicide Squad, and Fast 9. That was your warning. It's on. Now, they even talk about this in the movie that they have a Roman, character played by Tyrese Gibson. He, sorry about that. It's my phone going on. Roman even touches on the fact that they went from street racing and stealing cars to doing literally impossible missions, like Mission Impossible type stuff. And it seemingly makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever how they've gotten to that point, especially because out of all of them, the only one that was an actual, law enforcement officer was Brian. He's the one that's not even involved in the movies anymore, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. But yeah, Brian was the only one that was an actual cop and FBI agent, and he's gone. He's like retired, and now the rest of them are still being called on by government teams and stuff. Like, hey, only you guys can stop them. Like, well, that's crazy because this is just some mechanics, a tech guy, a couple of car thieves, and some random hoodlums and whatnot that are kind of lucked up into this situation. So, it does make sense to why the characters themselves are wondering like, how the hell did we get here? Like, I used to race cars. Like, that's what I did. I raced cars and stole cars, and now I'm saving the world from hackers and super thieves and whatnot. It's a little crazy how they get to this point. And Ja Rule, I gotta say this because every time Fast and Furious is brought up, I have to say this. Ja Rule, you're an idiot and you fucked up. Big time. Okay? To those of you that don't know, Ja Rule was in the first Fast and Furious movie, and his character was essentially supposed to be the character that Ludacris has been playing since Too Fast, Too Furious, and onward. That character was supposed to be the same character that Ja Rule was playing, but he didn't believe that there was potential for the franchise, so he chose not to come back for the second movie. Well, as you see, Ludacris has been doing pretty good from these movies, man. So yeah, Ja, sorry, Jeff, you kind of messed up. But who knows? Maybe if he had been in them, maybe they wouldn't have done so good. So maybe it's a good thing he did decide not to go. Either way, you're still fucked up. Bad decision. Now, Fast and Furious 9. Toretto has a brother. There's another Toretto. Okay? There's Dom and Mia, who everyone knows of. And apparently they had another brother named Jacob, who is portrayed by John Cena in this movie. And, no one seemed to mention him for years and years. Even, they're like friends that they've had since they were kids. No one ever mentioned Jacob, like ever. But I do get why. because it's explained in the movie that the death of their father, which is talked about in the very first Fast and Furious movie, was actually caused by Jacob. Now, for the majority of the movie, after Dom finds out that it was caused by Jacob, he blames Jacob like he murdered our father. Jacob. They explain that that's essentially why. They don't really explain, but they pretty much leave that to you to assume that that's why no one ever mentions Jacob, because Dom found out when they were young that Jacob is the reason why his dad's car got into that accident, exploded, and killed him. And so it makes sense. Like, hey, you betrayed our family. To Toretto, obviously, family is like the biggest thing ever. So you betrayed the family. You killed our father. I will never mention you. Mia will never mention you. Your name will never be brought up ever again. So makes sense. Okay, it kind of works because we all have certain family members. Like, all of us have heard of different families that, hey, there's a black sheep in the family. We don't talk about them. Like, hey, this dude did some really messed up stuff. Like, he was way too bad. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about this person in the family. Or just assume, like, hey, people, look at Hitler's family. Hitler's family refused to have children. The rest of his family, all the rest of the actual people, the last name Hitler, refused to have children based on the horrible things that someone that wasn't even directly related to them. Okay? This wasn't their father. I don't think their brother or anything. They just shared some DNA with him and a last name. And they decided, as a whole, to not have kids and to let their name die out because of what Adolf Hitler did. So that shows you that there are families that are like, hey, this is the black sheep. There will be no mention of this person ever again after this point. So it makes sense why Jacob was never talked about in any of the previous movies. It's like, hey, don't bring that shit up. If you bring up Jacob, Dom's probably going to punch you in the throat. So shut up. Or Mia's going to kick you in the dick. Don't bring up Jacob. You don't talk about Jacob. That's it. That's that. And of course, some people are also wondering, like, well, John Cena is obviously, like, he's white. He's a Caucasian man. How is John Cena going to be playing this person that's of Hispanic descent? Well, they touch on that. Charlize Theron plays the character Cypher, bad lady from was it 8? I think it was Fast 8. I haven't seen it in a while. I believe it was Fast 8, possibly 7, maybe both. I can't remember. But yeah, she plays Cypher, and Cypher, I guess, looked back into the Toretto family's DNA and family tree or whatever, and I guess they have some Nordic descent, and that's why Jacob looks more Caucasian than he does Hispanic, like Mia or Dominic. I guess I'm okay with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna stop watching the Fast and Furious movies just because of stupid excuses like that. But I feel like they could have did that. I'd rather they just not said anything. Like, hey, sometimes your brother doesn't look like you. Shit happens. I have brothers that don't look. We look similar, but I have brothers that don't look, just like me. Like, you might be able to tell, like, y'all are kind of related, but you might not be able to tell we're brothers. So yeah, family members look different sometimes. Like, I've seen family members of people that have the same mom and dad that look completely different from each other. Like, it happens. These things happen sometimes. It's weird, we're humans. So I'd kind of rather they didn't say anything about it whatsoever. But I'll tell you this. My favorite scene in the whole movie. Well, not my favorite scene in the whole movie. One of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is Tyrese, or Roman, being, like, chased by, I think it was some Cuban soldiers or something like that, and is surrounded. like legit surrounded by like 20 dudes, all with AKs aimed directly at him. He ends up like getting the first dude and gets his gun. Knows he's about to die though, and it's like whatever. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. Sorry about that. And yes, that was the twist emote sound from Fortnite. If any of you heard that. No, I don't play Fortnite. I used to. And I just happen to love that song that they use for the emote, so I downloaded it as my ringtone. That's all. What was that? Yes, Roman, and now of course it's one of those scenes where they show it from like above, and you can see how many people are surrounding the main character and whatnot. And there's like 20 dudes surrounding him. Okay, like 20 dudes, and Roman with one AK. Now I'm not saying one AK can't shoot 20 people because it totally can, but Roman with like one AK just starts opening fire on all the guys. And they open fire on him, and he doesn't end up dead. Don't get me wrong. I like Roman. I like Tyrese. Tyrese is a good actor. I like the character Roman. But somehow he doesn't end up dead. Now, they do touch on this. And he's like, hey, look at this jacket, man. Like, look at my jacket. I got shot, okay? Those bullet holes. And somehow I'm fine. There's not a scratch on me. Like, something's weird. Now, I got a feeling, I don't want them to do this because I feel like it's stupid and cheap, but I got a feeling that they're eventually going to, like in the last movie of the series, going to be like, oh yeah, all of this was like Matrix-esque type of stuff. Like it was all kind of virtual reality. And you had like that time when you got shot, this is all one big video game. So the day when you got shot by all those people, you actually had like some kind of power if you didn't know about it or something like that. I got a feeling it's going to be something stupid, and I really don't want it to be. I really don't want it to be. Because they really do need to explain, like, okay, he really did get shot. You can even see it if you slow it down. And I will try to actually find a screenshot of that scene. But you see, like, a dude with an AK firing directly into his back, like, from, like, literally, like, this far away. Just, bow, bow, bow. And he just continues on shooting the rest of the bad guys down, including the one that shoots him in the back. And he's fine. Like, taking hits, flak jackets getting shot, like all through the shoulders and arms and stuff. Not a single bit of blood, no scratches on him, nothing. Crazy. And then they end up going to space later on because they have to stop a satellite that, of course, is going to like hack everything in the world and give some terrorist, some cyber terrorist global domination. You know how stupid plots like this work. I don't watch these movies for the plots. After a certain point, it's just like, hey, it's just dumb fun. That's all these are for. And I'm cool with it. Vin Diesel, I love you. Keep working on the Riddick movies. I want to see you do more of those. Jordana Brewster, you're fucking beautiful. Love you, girl. Michelle Rodriguez, you were fast. Keep rocking shit. I love all of you. Okay? I like the whole cast. I like all the movies. But it's just dumb, simple fun. And I'm all the way here for that. That's all we need. Just a little bit of dumb, simple fun. Sometimes that's what you need. Especially in this crappy world that we live in. A little bit of dumb, simple fun and escape from reality is what you need. Now, to the other side of this, we're going to flip it over to the Suicide Squad. Again, spoilers. I don't know why I'm saying this again. I just warned you for like so long. But again, spoilers for the Suicide Squad, the newest movie in the DC universe, blah, 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 blah. I got a few issues with it. Like, it was cool, but I got a few issues with it. One thing I don't have an issue is the subversion of expectations. Because I'll tell you this right now. The majority of the people that you see in all of the trailers, yeah, the majority of them end up dead in like the first 10 minutes. Like, the movie is not about them whatsoever. And then the ones that don't end up dead, you barely see them for the rest of the movie. Like, the ones in the trailer, it is not about the folks that's in the trailer. Like, they're a part of it, but it is really not about the majority of the folks you see in the trailer. And they did it on purpose. I'm cool with that. Like, it's called a bait and switch. And that works. Like, it's pretty dope, actually. Because, yeah, so many nowadays, especially nowadays, You have so many different studios, and when you put up the trailer, they give away so much of the movie, and they don't understand that people that pay attention, you know, can actually realize like, oh, that's the bad guy, and this is the main set piece, and this is the main setting, and this is the climax, and that's clearly part of the scene. Like it gives away too much of the movie a lot, but in this one, because I'm sure you guys saw like the accent trailer where it's like Harley Quinn and Javelin are talking. She's like, "I love your accent." He's like, "Of course, all American women love accents." It's like, "Yeah, because we ain't got none." Like, yeah, like I'm cool with that. But yeah, Javelin ends up dead in like 10 minutes, like quickly. And for those of you who are Pete Davidson fans, yeah, he's in the movie as a character named Blackguard, I think is his name. Yeah, Blackguard. And yeah, he gets killed like immediately, like shot right in the face. The Blow takes all this shit off. Like he was essentially an extended cameo. Same thing with Michael Rooker. Like Merle from The Walking Dead. Same thing. Dead within like the first 10 minutes. Like gone. It's over. Yeah, the majority of those people you see in the trailer die. Now, no, of course you're not gonna kill off someone like Idris Elba in the first 10 minutes. But, he's obviously the main character, with him being the replacement, but not replacement for Will Smith. So we're gonna use another guy that's an expert marksman and can kill you with anything. Blah blah blah. We're gonna replace one guy with another guy, and then we're gonna make a joke about that and have another guy that also has the exact same abilities and whatnot. Like, we're gonna make a joke about that, which was funny, but it's like, you guys. I feel like you guys could have did better. There's a lot of people that have been in the Suicide Squad, like throughout the actual comics in DC, and I feel like they just could have did better with that. Now, Bloodsport himself is badass because like his everything that's on him is a weapon, like everything. He has like a fucking bow and arrow kind of what is it, installed into like the arms of his suit, and then like those armor plates on his chest are actually guns and like gun attachments. They just like compress and fold down like really good, so to be armor as well. But then when he needs them, he just like pulls one off and it becomes a small gun, and he pulls another off and puts it together and makes a bigger gun, and he pulls another one off and it makes a huge gun altogether. It's crazy. Like if you watch the movie, it's actually really awesome, and I like the way they did that. And I love the way that they designed his helmet, because it's just like a plain black face helmet till here, till about the jawline, and then it's just like bone and actual like teeth and jaw, which looks cool though because it's actually based on xenomorphs from Alien. So I was cool with that. It's actually a really nice touch. Now John Cena's character in this one is Peacemaker, whose tagline has always been a man who loves peace so much he's willing to fight for it. Which makes no sense, but it does make sense, but it doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't, but does. Now, Peacemaker in this movie is like a kind of hyped up version of the version from the comics. And the rivalry, there's a good chemistry between John Cena and Idris Elba and the characters of Peacemaker and Bloodsport. There's real good on-screen chemistry. There's very nice scene where they're like killing guys. They're competing killing guys to see who can get the most impressive kill, and it's actually really cool. And you guys have probably seen it. You guys might have seen the meme. It's like nobody likes to show off. He's like, they like to do what they're showing off is dope as fuck. He's like, fuck, that's true. Like, yeah, that is a funny scene. That's a good scene. And then there's some other things that I'm not a big fan of. Like for those of you that are watching this that are actual DC comic fans and read comic books and everything, you're probably familiar with the character of King Shark, or if you've seen any of the like DC animated universe stuff, or the any of the Arrowverse shows, such as The Flash that had King Shark featured on there. Um, King Shark, or Nanawe, as he's also called, is not. King Shark is a intelligent, very powerful, very strong. He's literally like they hinted at it a couple times, and with how comics always are, there is a change of canon and retcons from time to time. But yeah, his actual origin is that he's a demigod. He is the son of the shark god, the king of all sharks, the shark god, and a human one. He's very smart. Okay, well, not very smart, not like genius level smart, but he's not stupid. He's not dumb. He's always, a careful thinker, a planner. He can actually plan things. He can think. He's not like how they put him in this movie, where he's essentially like, I don't even know what to call him. He's like a 1-year old in the body of a shark. Like, he pretty much talks monosyllabically, and he just, I don't want to say that they made him like mentally, tried to show him as like mentally handicapped or anything like that, because that's not what they were going for. They just made him very just stupid and dumb and like overly childlike for some reason, which I don't get, because he's never been portrayed like that in like any DC like medium whatsoever. So I don't understand why they did that at all, outside of like attempting to be funny and like, I guess maybe make him as a play on Groot, since Groot can only say, like Groot and I am Groot. They tried to make him seem like close to that because he's the the non-human one of the group. Like, but it was stupid. Like they kind of ruined the character. Like, it kind of made no sense like at all, because he's not stupid. He doesn't act like that. Like, there's literally a point where they tell him to go eat the bad guy. What ends up being the fun antagonist of the movie. They end up telling him to go say, "Hey, no way, monster nom noms, monster nom noms." He's like, "Oh, nom noms." Ooh. Like, seriously? Like, he's not a baby. Like, why? Like, I don't understand why they did that. Like, whatsoever. I don't get it. I really don't get it, and that honestly just annoyed me the whole movie. Because it's not like King Shark is one of my favorite DC characters or anything like that. But just don't make changes to characters for no reason. If it fits for the storyline and everything, fine, Or if it made sense, like it was actually happening in the comics, cool, no biggie. But that's never happened. Like, King Shark has never been shown as just some, like, dumb child. And I say dumb child because we all know that they're also very smart children. But that's never happened in films. Like, that's never happened in comics and the animated versions, I believe. Like, yeah, they just made him just dumb, just super duper dumb. Like, there's even a scene where like Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis, is I think she was breaking down a mission that they were going to be going on. She's like, anyone else have any questions? And King Shark puts his hand up. And she's like, yes. He points to his hand. She's like, yes. And he's like, hand. She's like, yes, that is your hand. Yes, that is your hand. He's like, yeah. Hand. Mm-hmm. Like, really? This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Like, I don't get it. Don't get it. I don't get it at all. And one thing I did like, there was no mention of Batman. There was no mention of Batman. I'm cool with that, because pretty much every DC thing, for some reason, ends up coming back to having some kind of focus or mention of Batman. Like, nothing in DC can exist without him having some kind of part in it. But they did mention, Superman, of course, which sucks, but made sense because like that's why they picked Bloodsport. You put Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet. It's like, oh, that's cool. I think they might have. I don't remember, but they might have said something about that about Deadshot also doing that in like the first Suicide Squad movie. I don't remember or not, but yeah, they're basically the same person, but not the same person, but the same person. And yeah, like the movie itself was cool. It was decent. It's another decent action movie. Lots of action, a little bit of gore. So it wasn't bad, but I definitely sound like the Suicide Squad better than Suicide Squad because the first one, like I like the pick of characters, but the movie itself was just trash. It was just doo doo, but it's not worth watching. And it could have been because Deadshot is actually a really cool character. Harley Quinn, when written properly, can be cool. El Diablo is just a badass. What's her name? Sorceress? Enchantress? The witch chick. She can be cool, if done properly. Yeah, they just kind of messed up. And Killer Croc, the look was decent enough, but I feel like they should have got somebody bigger. Like, someone just like maybe a foot or so taller if they could, and just a little wider. Like, if you could get like half Thor Bjornsson to play a person like Killer Croc, that'd be perfect because he's got that real physical size to him. But yeah, the Suicide Squad was okay. It could have been better, but I give it a decent like 5 or 6 out of 10. Could have been better. Definitely could have been better. Unfortunately, the one person that I really cared about returning was Rick Flag. Just kind of like how he was portrayed, the actor that played him. He was unfortunately killed by Peacemaker in this one, so we won't be seeing him anymore unless he also makes a return later on in the Peacemaker TV show, which will be coming out on HBO Max. So that's possibly a storyline right there that Rick Flag actually is brought back or survives somehow, and seeking revenge on Peacemaker or House Peacemaker, Amanda Waller, and the whole government like branch that's behind Task Force X and that whole thing. But yeah. So far, both of those movies, I gotta say, Fast 9 and The Suicide Squad, both could have been better, but neither one was bad. Okay, yeah, both could have been better, but neither one was bad. I liked it. I liked it. Now, Fast 9, I believe they said they're going to do up to 11 and possibly more. Maybe even up to 15. So that series is still going to be going strong. And I think time is going to tell if there's going to be a continuation of the Suicide Squad series. I don't know what name they would pick. I got it. Just figured it out. They had Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad. The next one's going to be A Suicide Squad. And then the one after that is going to be Some Suicide Squad. Yeah, I just figured it out. They're going to release 2 more movies. A Suicide Squad and Some Suicide Squad. Yeah. It's going to work out. It's going to work out perfectly. DC Gannon, I got ideas. I just figured out y'all see your next 2 working titles right there. Gotcha. But, hey guys, I will catch you guys later. Hope you guys are all doing well. Again, I apologize it's been so long since I put a video up. I know this wasn't one of my best works. I'm not really feeling all that good. Like, just having a hard time focusing. Being honest with you, having a hard time staying motivated lately, and I know that today that this video is not one of my best, and I would like to apologize for all of you, to all of you, and I am really hoping and really trying to bring myself up to a better level of execution for you guys, and I will do better. There will be better. There will be more stuff. I'm still figuring out what programs and everything I can use with the green screen that I have. I'm trying to get that figured out, so I can hopefully make this do a little better. If you guys ever seen, if you guys look up Carl Smallwood on YouTube, he has a show called Fat Fiend. How he uses his green screen behind him and everything. I'm not stealing that look, but it's gonna be a little similar to that. Hopefully, if I can get a better setup going on. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Please leave a like if you dug it. Comment, you got a suggestion. Yeah, if you have any suggestions or anything, please please let me know. Drop in the comments, send me a message. You can find me on Facebook again. Unfortunately, I will try to leave my links in the description or somewhere on my page. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, or you can even PSN if you got me on it. If you got PS4, you got something, anything, hit me up on there. I'm always willing to talk about some stuff. So let me know. But yeah, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, tweet, retweet, all that jazz. Do it me on TikTok, whatever. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.